Wonderful morning. Just like I said in the introduction, we're going to start from the stories making the round between Rangers International, Remo Stars, and Shooting Stars. Let me inform you that Rangers are set to play CAF Champions League home matches at Remo Stars Stadium. Nigeria Premier Football League, NPFL Champions International. Rangers have reached an agreement with Remo Stars to use the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikenne, Ogun State, for their own matches in the preliminary rounds of the CAF Champions League. Rangers International are considering the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikenne as their own venue for the upcoming games. Also, Shooting Stars Football Club are also exploring the same venue for their CAF Confederation home matches. Jessica, that's the update we're getting, looking at this masterpiece from Remo Stars. Honorable Kunle Shoname having to put this together, and you look at these are just one of the three stadiums that qualified as CAF registered as stadium for CAF Champions League football and for continental football.
Well, it's quite sad that we have only few stadiums that are up to standard, because I believe if Rangers International are the champions of the NPFL, they should have their stadium should be up to that level of upgrade that will contain this continental football they're going to play next season. But like I said, what I'm being able not to understand is it's quite sad that it's three, because now even when we want to invite our players, our international players now to train. These are one of the stadiums they use again. So it's quite sad. Like I said, we want to see an upgrade in the Nigeria Football League, see more stadium up to standard, because as we're growing, as our football is developing, much facilities should be developed also as well.
I want to ask you, do you think this is a private, do you think this is a money-making way for Honorable Kunle Shoname? I think we need to give him credit for what he has done. Do you think he's going to explore this as a financial ways to bring in money? Because if Rangers International are coming here, definitely there'll be a certain percentage that goes into what we are paying us, what we are bringing in, and also for Shooting Stars and also every other clubs. I mean, clubs that team coming playing in the CAF Champions League and also the continental football.
Yeah, you can say it could be some like a revenue generation for the Remo chairman. So him taking his time to upgrade, yeah. So he knows what he's doing. Unfortunately for them, they will not be playing in the NPFL next season. So yeah, you can use that as a way to monetize it also and bring in some money. If you invest in something, you expect to collect. So that's definitely one thing I would say you should look forward to in using, and also for
maintenance also.
Yeah, maintenance, because now we talk about
you have so many.
Yeah, now the pitch. Yeah, I don't want to see a case of scenario where it be okay. This in and out, they're using the pitch all over again, and at the same time they will be failing to maintain. So it has to come with them also, as you're generating revenue for it. Maintenance should also be on other side when you're considering doing that as a point. All
right, beautiful. That's the update coming through from Remo Stars Stadium. Honorable Kunle Shoname will be looking a way to explore that side of things. And just like Jessica said, I think it's high time, all clubs in Nigeria and also the government, should upgrade their stadiums, facilities to our standard. A CAF standard is what we are looking forward to. It's going to be a sad one not to have Shooting Stars, fans watch continental football after 27
that's
years.
Why now we'll be traveling
down to Ikenne or Belkota, whatever the case may be. So
and I think, in case of continental football, you need your own fans to cheer you up, to rally that support behind you. So it's up to them to see how they can be able to do it. Maybe create free buses. I don't know, but create free buses for fans.
It won't be like
that's what I'm saying. Come on, in the stadium. Definitely going to be some disadvantage towards those playing continental football.
All right, we're looking forward to that, serving you more updates from that scene. Let's take more stories making the round in the world of sport this wonderful morning, and that's coming through from FIFA team of the tournament right here on the Goal World Cup 2026. And in goal, we have Vosinia in goal, we have Marco Corella in goal, we have Opamecano, we have Lisandro Martinez, and we have Pedro Porro. In the midfield position, you have Jude Bellingham, we have Rodri, we have Michael Olise. And the attackers, we have Messi, we have Haaland, and we have Kylian Mbappe. For me, I'm quite surprised, not to see Paul Kubasi make that list, or maybe Emerick Laporte also not to make that. I'm really surprised to see Upamecano and Lisandro Martinez make that list. Also, if Jessica is to ask me who is to top that place, I would. It's quite difficult for Harry Kane to fit into that position. But let me ask you, and also the fans watching us right now, who would you pick in that position? Who would you replace in this list that FIFA has been able to give us? Who would you replace there? Drop that in the comment section and let me know what you think. Jessica, over to you. This is a list that FIFA dropped already. Vosina in goal. I'm sure you're surprised that you didn't see Una Simone.
Definitely,
yes, the man that considered just one goal. Marco Corella for you. I think up to speed. Upamecano, Martinez, and Pro. Let's start from the defense quickly.
Okay, the difference, like you said, first I want to put it out there. Opinions are different, definitely. Okay, this selection is based on the performance of every players during the World Cup. So looking at this lineup now, I'm seeing, like you said, Upamecano. I'm quite surprised why is not Laporte there, because for me the French national side, when they were playing, their defense doesn't look quite stable. So I'm trying to understand, if he's playing, is the defense solid? Because and also Martinez also in goal. I think the replacement should be Laporte or Kubasi, like you say. If the award is given to them as the young player of the year, so why not add them in the list? Because if you check the two people, Upamecano and Martinez, one was in the final, the other one didn't make it even to the third round. So I'm trying to understand what was the criteria about, because like you said, Kubasi should be there, Laporte should be there, and for Cucurella definitely deserves it. Pedro Porro, yeah, but well, he scored he also scored against France. So I think maybe that was what made them put him in that list. But for me, I should for Cucurella, obviously he deserved to be on that left side. Won the man of the match against the match they played against France, and it was a very standard performance, standard performance for me. And for the goalkeeper, you're saying Una Simone, but I have to give it to him. Yeah, he deserves the spot here.
Beautiful. Okay, let's talk about the midfield. Jude Bellingham, Rodri, Michael Olise. Satisfied with that, or you have other opinions?
Yeah, I was satisfied with that. The midfield looks so balanced for me. Jude Bellingham, he had assists, scored also in the tournament. And for Michael Olise, he didn't score, unfortunately for him, but highest assists with 7 assists. Definitely, he has to be in that list. And also for Rodri, yes, like I said, some people will not see his performance in that, but he's holding the midfield. Sometimes if it's not even about his pass, it's the ability for him to hold that ball possession in times, and we have seen Spain do it multiple times when they play against opposition team. That holding of ball possession, holding the midfield, be able to distribute, he has that well in his criteria. So I said, like I said, he deserves that spot in the midfield.
All right, let's talk about the attack. No Cristiano Ronaldo. You surprised?
No, I'm not surprised.
Beautiful. We have Messi, we have Mbappe, we have Haaland. People have been clamoring for Harry Kane, and also they have been trying to put him in the list for the Ballon d'Or. But let's not talk about the Ballon d'Or now. Let's talk about the FIFA team of the tournament. Harry Kane, do you think he should be in this list? And if you had to bring Harry Kane in, who are you taking out, or how would you set up your formation if you had to bring Harry Kane in?
It will be a tough one. Like I said, it will be a tough one. Putting Harry Kane there, we look at the likes of Messi, brilliant performance throughout the tournament, and also Haaland, also brilliant, taking the Norwegian side all through to and also for Kylian Mbappe. So it will be a tough. Maybe I'll just put him substitute. You just use it as visible. So it's going to be hard, but at the same time, like you said, the Ballon d'Or is on the corner. So if he's not on the list, that does not take away his performance. That does not take away his ability. So it's something I just feel like if you're not putting him there on the list, he still has his own ways of doing things, and he had a brilliant. He surpassed Gralinka with goals. So he definitely deserve if he's not on, he doesn't deserve some praises, and also choice of people saying he should be on the list.
On the list. Beautiful. All right. You're watching us right now. You can drop your own thoughts right there in the comment section. What do you think? Around the FIFA, tournament players that made the list. Would you have other players make that list for yourself, or this is the choice you would prefer? All right. Let's move away from that. Let's take more stories making around in the world of sport, and that's coming through from the MLS games that happened in the early hours of the morning. Inter Miami dropping Chicago right there, 3-2. Luis Suarez getting a brace in that game. Lewandowski, when you see him also is back playing football in the MLS right there. Beautiful picture when you see Lewandowski. Also, you look at one man, Antoine Griezmann, also getting a goal in that game right there for Orlando City against the Quakes, 4-0. That one getting a goal in that game for Antoine Griezmann. Amazing times to have football back in the MLS, and I think it's great to still see some of the stars that we cherish right here in Europe still playing football. Lewandowski, Luis Suarez, and Antoine Griezmann.
When I saw the match, I was getting that feeling, that nostalgic feeling that football is back, club football is back. So the match, I would just see it as for Saudi Arabia league and also MLS, I feel like it's a place whereby football club, I feel like suits him, give him some playing time. Club, I feel like suits him, give him some playing time. Age is not much on his side, so you just play your football. It's not that competitive enough. Like maybe you're playing Champions League, you're playing other. You just play
just for you to enjoy
your moment. So maybe you.
Antoine Griezmann. What about Antoine Griezmann getting a goal in his debut game for his side, Orlando City?
But we know his capacity, capability. He's a player of creating chances, even with the French national team. Like I said, with Atletico Madrid, when he was playing, I don't know what happened, but that made him move to this MLS side.
The chapter was just over for him.
So so I feel like it's also a way of him just showcasing, playing for fun, and also getting some good results, and also getting the money in the bank. So there's definitely something to watch. Maybe some few times he could just chip in some goals. Some few times he could just create assists, watch his beautiful playing style also at the same time. So it's good to be back for him to be back with an assist and also it's definitely so beautiful to watch.
Okay, beautiful. When you look at the picture of Antoine Griezmann, you'll be wondering, you just wish that he's still playing maybe for FC Barcelona or maybe for Atletico Madrid. But right now, he's playing in the MLS with that yellow jersey for you to enjoy. So definitely, we'll give you more updates across the world of sports from all areas of things. Thank you so much, my producer. There you have it. A beautiful picture from Orlando City thumping 4-0. Antoine Griezmann getting a goal in that game. All right, let's move away from that. Let's talk Arsenal Football Club. Have now the report that William Saliba will be out for an extended period, but no surgery. Extensive assessments have concluded that surgery is not recommended, but William should now commence a managed recovery program. William rehabilitation will commence immediately with continual management of his injury, and is expected to be out of action for an extended period. Arsenal confirmed that story. How much of a loss is William Saliba for Arsenal to start the season?
Well, he has been an important player, a pivotal player, if you ask me, because his partnership with Gabriel and Magalhaes, even to the point of them even scoring some goals from corners. So I feel like the backup plan of Arsenal should be on board now. Who would they call upon to replace? Or will they go into the transfer market to buy in some defender? Because now he's not needing surgery, he's not rehabilitation to
manage that.
And that could have like a side effect, because if he's going for a surgery,
it's going to be 4 months. So they're trying to avoid that lengthy period.
And avoiding that lengthy period, you still need to fill that void. So it has to be, what's their backup plan for this case now. So it's quite sad because he was forced out of the game against England. So he's one of those important players that Arsenal does definitely should not be missing upon or trying to make when his absence should not be something lengthy, should not be something that will going into this upcoming
defending the Premier League again.
And they are the champions defending this Premier League title. They should not be missing their private defender at this stage, and so it should be their backup plan. Who are they looking forward to, rather than just going in for midfielders or attackers? Now this call upon their choices, or who to call upon in the transfer market or in the team to replace this is absent.
Okay, beautiful. That's the update from the camp of Arsenal, and definitely we'll be giving you more stories. But remember, Arsenal have signed a new winger right there. Tizzoli is the name of the player right there. For you Arsenal fans that are wondering, have you made any signing? Definitely, but just like Jessica said, what's going to be the backup? Is it going to be Timber? Is it going to be Mosquera, another player still in the club, or you want to add additions to what is going on with William Saliba? We'll give you more update from that, but let's move away from the camp of Arsenal and let's dive back to the MLS, as Casemiro has now signed for Inter Miami. Beautiful pictures across there, and you see Casemiro holding on the number 5 jersey for 1 year and an extension to extend the deal right there for Casemiro. How much of an impact would Casemiro bring to Inter Miami with Luis Suarez, Lionel Messi, all of the stars were still in the array of things for David Beckham's club quickly?
It will bring so much support in the midfield for them, because if you're looking, maybe many who does not watch MLS might not see, okay, maybe this move does not pay in for him and also for Inter Miami, but I see this as something as the move also great for him, because if you look at his work ethics right from Real Madrid, even up to last season with Manchester United, he had some brilliance with goals.
They wanted to extend the contract.
Yes,
you wanted to extend it for 1 year again.
I was surprised, because I thought he should stay. He should even prove himself more in the Premier League.
The chapter was just over.
The chapter was over. We can't decide.
You leave when your vision is the loudest. Yeah, I think that's what he considered.
So definitely, this move is quite right for him to make the move, and also moving to the MLS, playing with the likes of Lionel Messi, like you said, and Luis Suarez. So he just has to bring in another trio. We were just back in Real Madrid with the like of Modric, Casemiro. So we can see some partnership maybe when he moves to Inter when he starts playing in Inter Miami. So it will be so beautiful to watch, and let's see what his chapter at Inter Miami was for him.
Beautiful, right? We'll be looking forward to Casemiro. Let's see what his chapter would look like right there. But remember, he's a star, and definitely stars will shine. Let's take away from that and let's give you an update that Crescenzo Somerville to Al Hilal. Here we go. A verbal agreement done and dusted, and the player just gave green light to the Al Hilal move, authorized for medical after crazy 48 hours with AS Roma trying until the end. West Ham get 55 million fee plus 10 million add-ons. Crescenzo Somerville, one of the stars in the West Ham ranks to the end of the season, proved himself again at the World Cup. And there was a deal between, according to report, Manchester United were in the corner of things. Roma came in. Roma really wanted the deal to pull through, but I think money talks. And Al Hilal, you're talking oil money, you're talking Saudi money, and definitely, Crescenzo Somerville had to just move to one of the greatest teams in Saudi Arabia, Al Hilal, and that's what it's going to be playing is straight. He's a young player. Do you think we have seen young players go there and not still thrive? Is it the money right now? Is it the playing time? Or is it that, the exposure of what, the Saudi League is bringing?
I don't want to write off the Saudi Pro League, because we have seen numerous stars now moving into the league, and they are making names for themselves there. But at the same time, I feel with his age and with his potential, which he showed at the World Cup, because when I saw his performance, him scoring that goal, I was like, a big club in Europe would definitely go for his signature. But when I saw the news that he's going to, I'm just like, maybe money speaks more, because the ability is there, the age is on his side. Why not go for Europe? Europe, because now you are looking at getting a spot in the Netherlands national team.
Yeah.
These are things you should consider. Play Champions League football if possible. But now you playing in Adila. Well, they are one of those top teams in there. But at the same time, like you said, we haven't seen much of youngster going there and succeeding. Because now I'll make the mention of the likes of Darwin Núñez. Sometimes it's not the path for someone is not the same with you. It's different. You can't compare it. So. But one thing I would just have to do is just wish him the best. Hope he gets that beautiful performance in there, and also maybe come back to Europe, play football, and also get a chance in the next Netherlands national team more and more going forward.
All right, that's the update from Crescenzo Somerville, the man who played for West Ham. Right now, he's going to be playing straight in Saudi Arabia with Al Hilal for next season. I'll give you more update across the world of sport from the desk of transfers. Let me inform you that Angel Correa at River Plate, here we go, done deal for former Atletico player to join River Plate. 17 million package and medical booked, all set with the Tigres contract until June 2029. As reported. That's the update coming through from River Plate, Atletico Madrid, and Angel Correa. Let's talk about quickly Alejandro Garnacho loan move to Aston Villa. Now, quickly, let's just talk about the fallout and I don't want to say the rise and the fall of Alejandro Garnacho. Now, you look at a player like Alejandro Garnacho starting 38 games, before the fallout with Ruben Amorim during the Europa League final, where he had that issue and decided to call out, started to talk. His brother started to make things quite difficult, and he got benched. And he forced his way out of the club and to Chelsea. He didn't play so much games with Chelsea, and he had an interview saying he regretted how he made his move away from Manchester United. Right now, Xabi Alonso does not want him in the coffers of things for Chelsea. Loan move to Aston Villa. What do you think went wrong with Alejandro Garnacho? Is it the character? Is it, the family problems? Because we know how family can be, all of that put together. Should Alejandro Garnacho be in this light, or we should be looking at a player that, on that level? Go ahead. Like we said when we were taking the news about Ismail from Shooting Star, about player handling, making moves or forcing their way out of the club. Sometimes it's better to make to use the quality of a professional, mindset, and also you can't, because now it's not about you and the club alone. It comes from the love from the fans also. Because if you are not in good terms with the club, you going to social media to tweet. This it kind of just grew some hatred towards you from the fans. Because now, don't forget, is an academic player for Man. So definitely, I feel like he should still have that support from the fan. But the way he went about with the transfer, okay, you got your way out. You were able to be transferred back. You transferred to Chelsea. Now prove yourself, because we have seen times where players will go to other clubs, make a big stand-up performance, whereby the club that's sold him will be like, oh, start regretting on the transfer. But now, these things didn't even Man are not regretting the sale.
They're happy. The money they got for him now is definitely based on he's an academic player, so they definitely made some profit out of him. But now you went to Chelsea. The plan didn't go well. Now, these are things that he should just consider, because according to reports, he was close to moving to Rome, to Roma. There were talks, but Aston Villa, Emery,
when you look at the picture,
definitely want his service, and so it's something for him to just look at from the brighter side of football and see that, okay, if my performance from Chelsea is not working out, the next thing you should do is grow more, not as a player with your ability, also with character and personality, because professionalism should be something that speaks volume for football players. It's not being in bad terms with clubs. No, that's not the work ethics when it comes to football and managerial issues like that. So him going to Aston Villa, definitely a good move, fantastic move for him. Aston Villa are playing in Europe,
Champions League,
so it's something you should just use as an opportunity to grow as a person, as a player, and also to show his skills and qualities, because I was quite very disappointed when he's moved to Chelsea, didn't play, because I know we can remember his Oscar award winning goal. He has that ability. He can score on the left, on the right wing and left side. He's very fantastic. The ball. With what we saw at Chelsea, it was not like that. It was not looking like that. So definitely, this is the move, and this is the transfer for him to show more of his attributes, and definitely just
or maybe change his character too.
Yeah, like I said, personality-wise, he just grow more as a person. So definitely want to watch forward to, and maybe if he does well and with
Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso maybe call him back, or the clause obligation clause, maybe Aston Villa can just activate that.
Beautiful. All right, that's the update coming through from Alejandro Garnacho. Before we wrap up the show, let's give you one or two more transfer stories. But this is coming through from the camp of Manchester City, as Phil Foden has signed a new contract at Manchester City, valid until June 2030. And also Madrid, there on the screen, Real Madrid have given light for Franco Mastratuono loan, but no chance for buy option clause. Same deal as Endrick, loan, then buy, then back to Madrid. Does not open doors for Gonzalo Garcia to leave on loan so far. Those are the updates coming through from the camp of Madrid and Manchester. Let's touch about Manchester City quickly. Phil Foden extending the deal. How much of a player is Phil Foden for Manchester City to be able to extend that deal to 2030?
He's a brilliant player. He has won the Premier League titles with them, so definitely is one of those ones you want to keep. And now Pep Guardiola is no more there. Enzo Maresca now taking charge. So this is definitely one or something you should hold on to, a great player like him. So definitely I see this the contract extension is one of a kind. Even though he didn't play much well, I didn't have that plenty playing time last season. So definitely you want to redeem yourself, get more regular playing time, score and assist as usual, like we know he used to do. So this is the right one for Manchester City, and also for Phil Foden. He's an academic player. He knows what he's like. He's in and out of the club. He has the blood of the Manchester City mentality and ability in him. So definitely, this is what we want. Keep your player. Even if it sometimes it's not about maybe you are not seeing more of them. Sometimes keep them in, so that players, when you buy players in, they can build that rapport and also that relationship you get, because someone that has the mentality is different from someone just coming outside. So yeah, this is definitely want to watch for next season for Manchester City. Manchester
City and Phil Foden. All right, that's how far we can go this wonderful morning right here on Dominion Sport. I want to say a big thank you to the director, my producer, to the crew for making sure Dominion remains on the big stage right there. Jessica, tomorrow's going to be exciting. Remember, the Commonwealth Games have started today. We'll be bringing you more updates, and not to forget that the Super Falcons are going to take on Tanzania for a group friendly. We're still expecting Deborah Abiodun and Gift Monday. They had traveling issues, but definitely they're going to touch down on Thursday, which is today, and the alert of the morning or during the evening right there in Casablanca. We'll be giving you more update from that sense. So all of this and more right here, and it goes 3 days to the World Cup, so keep yourself rooted to enjoy all of the performance we have for you right here on Dominion Sport. Jessica, one word before you go quickly.
Football, club football is back. Root for your team. Don't stay behind any. There are many more games and tournaments going on. You have the Commonwealth, so stay glued to your TV, watch, learn. You can pick interest from other sports, even if it's not football. So definitely, and trust, we Dominion Sports crew are here to give you updates and live report from every game going in and around the world.
Beautiful. What a way to wrap up the show. And I say a big thank you once again. We're going to see tomorrow. It's the Friday edition of the show. Stay connected and keep watching Dominion Television, your channel of choice.